Hi everyone, and welcome to week 3 of my NAVLE study challenge. I'm going to be completely honest, this week I have fell short of my hour per day of studying for the NAVLE exam. However, I figured that would happen this week just because of how busy I've been at work and how things have been going at home as well, because my dad actually had surgery again yesterday. So I knew yesterday was not going to be a good time to take a practice NAVLE exam. Today is currently Thursday, and I am planning on taking a practice NAVLE exam with the ICVA. Thankfully, Virginia Tech gave us a code that we could get a free test. So I'm going to take that today. It's still not the best day to do it because I am expecting phone calls from my family, but I work the next 5 days straight, so I'm not gonna find time to do it then because unfortunately on ER, sometimes you're the only student and I'm the only student a lot these next couple of days. So it's going to be pretty busy, and I know I won't have time to actually sit down and do this exam and probably actually study either. I have been doing a few vet prep questions every now and then when I'm at work, but when you get busy, your main priority is working on the patients and doing their rotation. It's been pretty challenging to find the time because of how demanding these ER rotations are, but you just have to do what you can do. I know personally for me, I study best first thing in the morning, but I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep either to study for it, just because I need to be fully awake and aware of what's going on when I'm in the ER. Personally for me, that's just one of my non-negotiables, that I do get as much sleep as I can before going into work. So when I have a shift that is 2 to 11 p.m., I usually wake up around 9, and then I actually do my studying for the NAVLE then before I go to work. But when I go into work at 6 a.m., that's not happening, that I'm waking up at 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning. I just can't physically get myself up at that time and actually be productive at studying. The plan for today is to make up for all of that time and do the practice ICVA exam. And hopefully I pass this time. The first time that I took one of these example tests, I wasn't even close to passing, which was kind of scary. That was a few months ago now, and that was with SGU. They paid for one of our practice ICVA exams. And now, thankfully, with the clinical school change, Virginia Tech also gave us one too. So I'm going to take full advantage of that, and I'm going to take it today. So wish me the best of luck. I just kind of wanted to reflect on my NAVLE studying this week. As you saw in the video, I didn't really complete the challenge as I wanted to study 1 hour per day. However, I did end up studying about 9 to 10 hours this week. So I still kind of call it a success, but sometimes I just cannot study every single day, which I knew was going to happen at some point in this study vlog, but I was really hoping that I could do this study challenge. But I don't think it's a complete fail at this point. Like, I'm still studying progressively, and even with the practice NAVLE exam that I took this week, my score actually has significantly improved since the first time that I took it. I'm curious to see how my studying is going to help me the next couple of weeks to prepare better for the exam. I will admit I have another difficult week ahead just because I am starting to prepare for my next clinical rotation, which is going to be large animal medicine and surgery, with a lot of on-call shifts and a lot of emergency situations. So it's basically another emergency rotation, but this time it's going to be large animals. So I don't know how well I am going to be able to keep up with the studying, keeping up with the videography, because I technically do not have a day off now until 3 to 4 weeks from now, which is kind of a scary thought because I am going to be in the hospital a lot. And rightfully so, because this is what I chose, is to be a veterinarian, and right now the 4th year is the most stressful because you are actually being the doctor under the supervision of a licensed vet. I still hope you enjoyed this week's video, even though I didn't really get to study and show as much as I normally do. I'm definitely feeling the burnout. I am really exhausted, but we still have a couple more weeks to push through, and I know we can do this. Wish me the best of luck. Wish all the others best of luck with their studying, because I feel like we all need some encouragement right now. But I will see you guys next week in a brand new video showcasing my next week of studying for the NAVLE.